Hey everybody, welcome to the Gamble Smart channel. My name is Mark.
I'm Dave.
And we wanted to give you a little welcome to the channel and let you know what we're all about, where we come from, what our credentials are, and where we're going to go from there. So Dave, welcome.
Why are we bringing credentials?
We have credentials. Do we have credentials?
I'm going to have to go print out some.
Oh, okay.
Give me a little bit in AI and I'll
So
figure it all
yeah, he's
out.
going to generate his credentials.
There we go.
Just ask the AI and then... but in all seriousness, we created this channel because we have a lot of experience in the casino industry, both from being a long-term gambler and visitor of Las Vegas. I mean, this guy has been everywhere.
And you really found that out downtown.
I did.
You really found that out downtown.
Exactly. And so one of the things that we were considering when starting this channel is we didn't want to do what everybody else is doing. Just filming slot play, you know.
Everyone.
There's
like,
so
what,
much
800
to it.
channels, 1,000 channels?
There is a lot that is just being duplicated. We wanted to come up with something fresh, something new, and something relatable to you guys. As you will see on our channel, we bet very low.
Yeah,
we have a blast. We bet like 90% of you out there are bringing less than $500 to the casino, and that's what we do too.
Right.
And we want to show you what that's like and which machines you should play and how to make it last. We have great videos on this channel from how you can survive downtown Vegas for $100.
A whole day.
A whole day for $100. We have videos showing how we create methods to help you have a lot more fun when you're in a casino with less than $100. You can bring your friends and all that. So that is
practical gambling.
Practical gambling. Yeah, daily tips, all that kind of stuff. So we're trying to do things differently here. We are mostly an education channel, but also a reality channel.
Right.
Like we are taking the reality of gambling and putting it in front of all of you guys out there. And so what we're going to do right now is just kind of, maybe you want to hear the story of how we got started, how I met Dave, how Dave met me, and how we got to this point. Because I think a lot of you might be interested as to why we're doing this channel right now. So I first started on YouTube. It's actually kind of a funny story. So I've always played slot machines. I've enjoyed slot machines, but not necessarily want to put all the money into it. And so I was looking around probably 7 or 8 years ago. I said, I want a slot machine for my house. I think that would be really cool to have something like that. And so I did find a place, and luckily in the state of Texas, you can own a slot machine, any age, doesn't matter. And so I found a couple of machines and I brought them home. And the kind of person I am, I have a software development and engineering background, so I like to tinker. I like to take things apart. I want to understand how things work. And so that is really how I got into all this. And the 2 slot machines have spread to many dozens that I've had and some that I still have. And it's quite a collection. But so the reason I started on YouTube is because I noticed that while I was training to become a slot technician and learning all this stuff, that there wasn't a lot of information out there for people that were just hobbyists like myself. And I thought, you know, it'd be really cool if I could just, I mean, I'm doing these repairs anyway, I might as well just put it on camera and explain the process. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if people would be interested in watching that stuff. And I mean, I have a couple of, I mean, maybe 4,000 subscribers or something, but I did it more for a hobby and a pastime than anything else, and just wanted to be able to help people. And I think, you know, I have you're going to hear this from Dave too, but, you know, we have backgrounds in IT and it can be a very thankless job sometimes. And so getting that validation, but putting these videos out and people, you know, commenting saying, oh, you saved me from having to get rid of my machine, or I couldn't figure this out, but your video helped me to get the battery replaced, or whatever the case is. And I was like, you know what, there's something to this. And I was very rewarded by being able to provide that information. So, you know, I don't know, a couple hundred videos later, I decided I wanted to do something a little bit more because, you know, Dave and I, one of the things that we realized early on is that there's a lot of misinformation out there about how slot machines work, how casino operations work, all of those things. And we feel like some kind of personal vendetta to get the right information out because we don't want to see people get financially hurt. Why? Because we've been there. Okay, we have been to the bottom of the barrel when it comes to gambling. We've been through that process of, you know, putting a stop to our gambling and starting it again and putting budget controls in place and all this stuff. And so I was like, you know what, let's do something together where we can not only educate people, but do it in a fun way that's relatable and get that satisfaction knowing that we're helping. Honestly, for me, what I really wanted to do with Gamble Smart, Gamble Safe was to just, if we could just save one person from making a bad mistake going into the casino, that was good enough for me. And we didn't really think the channel was going to take off like it has so far, and we truly appreciate everybody watching, and we're glad that people are getting the information to go out there and have a good time, because that's what it's all about when you're going to the casino. You want to have a good time. You don't want to have a miserable time. Doing that walk of shame out of the casino is not a good time. But there are things that you can do to put yourself in a better position, so when you go in there, you can have a good time regardless of what happens, whether you win, whether you lose, whatever. And that's what we decided to do. So we teamed up, we created this channel, and we're like, we're going to have no filters. We're going to film everything, losses, wins, terrible losses. We're going to film devastating events where we came and we did things we said that we were never going to do, breaking the rules that we set on ourselves. These things happen, even to the best of us. And we thought, let's put it together in a channel. And so that's where we're at right now. And it's been fun so far, and I know that it's going to be great. We've met so many of you, and it puts a huge smile on my face. I know it does to Dave also, of just meeting you guys and hearing you guys have changed the way that we approach a casino now. And I cannot tell you how rewarding that is, and also that it's making a difference. And so I am glad where we are right now. My home slots channel has really suffered because of it, because unfortunately this is a big focus right now, but you know, that's how it is. We evolve as human beings. We evolve on what we want to do and what we want to tackle, different hobbies at different times, and this is where we're at right now. So that's my story. That's where I come from, and now let's hear from Dave.
Hey everybody, well, I'm Dave. So I kind of started in YouTube late. I'd been watching some videos and all that kind of stuff, and then, you know, like recorded some content, and I was thinking I could do this for sure. But like most people, I was doing it, but I wasn't actually publishing it. I hadn't started anything. Then COVID hit. And so I was like, now it's the time. This is what I'm gonna do. A lot of great intros at first, but of course, what the problem was, I was doing what everyone else does. Slot play, strict slot play, like nothing else. And just wasn't seeing a lot of interaction, a lot of people. And one of the first people I reached out to was Mark, because he's there repairing a Top Dollar machine. I love Top Dollar. And said, hey, you know, what can I do this? And he's like, well, I don't know either. This is what I'm doing. And it's a very niche market. And so eventually I started doing a little bit more of the news topics. And I think really my channel started taking off. I'm close to 4,000 now. Again, one of those things we've been focusing so hard on. We do not have time for the other channel. It's still there. We are still both engaged in our channel. We're thinking about it. We haven't had time to post, but we will. But going more toward the news of different hacks and the strike in Vegas and everything, that really kind of propelled me forward, being from IT, being able to lean on Mark for IT and have that was really helpful. So I really did have a great jump there in sort of my YouTube vigor. And at one point, Mark just said, hey, listen, why don't we do something together? And I was like, well, I mean, okay, but you're a famous slot tech. I don't really have much to bring to the table. And he's like, wait a minute, you've been gambling for like 30 years, still fairly young. You've probably been to Vegas more than most people have in their lifetime. I've been coming here since I was 21. I love gaming the system, finding everything that you can get from them. Take it all, leave nothing back. You know, it's not just about gambling. It's about an experience. You're coming here to enjoy yourself. Gambling's great. And if you can do that and have fun and enjoy it, awesome. But there is so much more to do. There is a lot to do here besides gamble. So people get stuck in the casino, lose all their money, and I have been there myself, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. I want people to be better gamblers. I want you to use every mistake that Mark and I have made over our extensive gambling history. Use that to be a better gambler. And if you tell me, listen, my losing sessions are down to almost zero, I'm having great winning sessions, I'm taking more profit, and it's all because of you, I'm like, no, it's all because of you, because I can only say the words, you have to do it. And I think that's what people really don't understand, is that we can sit here and talk, but you have to actually execute. But we're here to help you do that. with our budget envelopes, keeping your budget safe, our timer boxes. All these things are sort of our push forward to help you guys have a better time and to enjoy gambling more. And it's really about the enjoyment. If you come with way over what you can afford and you lose it all, you're having a bad experience. And you may not come back to Vegas for a year, 2 years, if ever. But if you come with, let's say, $500 for a weekend, and I know it doesn't sound like a lot, especially if you're watching big bets and everything else, you can't do that. But Mark and I have proven it, that we can do that. You just gotta gamble smart. And that's the big key behind the channel.
Guys, so that was a little bit about Gamble Smart. We want to definitely welcome everybody to the channel. We hope you get some enjoyment out of it. Listen, we try to do things for everybody out there. Some of you are very experienced gamblers and maybe just need a refresher. And some of you have never walked into the casino before and you're interested and you're not sure how to tackle it. That's what we're here for. That's why we created this channel. It's not as easy as what typical YouTube videos show.
And some people develop bad habits.
Exactly.
And those bad habits are hard to break. I have them.
Yes.
Mark has them.
Of course we
all
do.
have them.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to help you break those bad habits.
Yeah.
Especially before they become permanent.
Yeah. Why would you want to go through that if you can listen to somebody to tell you to look for the warning signs? And that's what we do. All of the daily tips that we do are there to help you to realize when something not necessarily bad's about to happen, but could send you down a bad path when it comes to gambling, like making decisions off of inaccurate information, things like that. Those are the types of things that we want to make sure that you have in your brain, and we will keep pushing it towards you so you understand it and remember it every time you go to the casino. These guys said there are no such thing as hot and cold machines. I better listen to them because it's absolutely correct. There are no hot and cold machines. So just because you see a machine behaving really well doesn't mean it's going to continue. So,
and you know what I found really from my trip here recently to Vegas? I've talked to a lot of casino staff. I'm wearing the shirt. They can see I have a YouTube channel.
Right.
They ask me what your YouTube channel is about.
Yes.
And I say helping people become better gamblers. And I tell them we work on budgeting, we work on choosing the right games for you, work on what's within your budget so you have a better experience and you come back more frequently. Every single one of them, and I've talked to people on the floor to management, have said that is a great idea, and no one does that because everyone focuses on the gambling, but not how to be a better gambler.
Right.
And we say bad words here. We say words like gambling problem.
Yeah.
And we say it out loud because we don't want anyone to have one.
Yeah.
But anyone who does, you need to get help for that, and we're here not necessarily to get you that help. You have to take that step.
Yeah.
But to tell you, look, these are the signs.
Yeah.
And that's important to understand.
And we were talking about, you were like, what credentials? Here's our credentials. We've both had gambling problems.
We've gambled a lot.
We have gambled a lot.
Things like that. You feel yourself getting out of control. You can feel it. You
know
when it happens.
You know it.
You can feel it. But can you stop yourself?
That's the hard part. We're talking about things that nobody else wants to talk about. It's kind of like I always saw the elephant in the room. That's what we're talking about here, and to try to educate you guys because
it's important stuff.
It is. It's supposed to gambling.
It's knowing yourself.
Gambling is supposed to be fun.
It is.
That's what they always say.
Enjoyable.
Play for entertainment, not for making money. Everybody says that, but then as soon as they walk into the casino, what are they doing? They're trying to make money. They're trying to make money.
Over betting, way under budget for the bets they're making.
Yep.
And they always believe that I've got to get that hand pay. I've got to get that hand pay.
Yep.
And we're here to say no, you don't.
Nope.
You can have a lot of fun and not get a hand pay.
Yep.
And make sure to look for us in the future because we are continuing to grow. Right now we're almost at 5,000. Well, we're at 4,500. That's close to 5,000. We're growing quickly, and the growth is because of you, because of everyone out there. Right. Liking, subscribing, sharing that out, getting those notifications so you can see when our newest things are. Every time you comment, whether it's good or bad, that helps us out. So just hitting that like button and commenting really does help the YouTube algorithm help find us and know we're there. And as we grow, our goal is to reach out to the casino industry. We want to know about from manufacturers. We want to know from management. We want to know from everyone involved how it really works. None of this cloak and mystery and what happens behind closed doors and, oh, I've heard this. Oh, that was on the internet once. All these things, we want to get rid of all that mystery. We want it point blank in your face of what actually happens. And it's not what you think.
Yeah.
It's not this backroom casino stuff because you saw it in a movie with Joe Pesci.
Right.
And that's what we don't want to believe that. We
No,
do.
we don't. We don't.
We want to believe it's like Vegas,
Right.
Like 1960s where
Yeah.
people were getting their shins broken, nails, not paying up.
Right.
But it's not that anymore.
No.
And finding those people who are willing to talk in front of the camera, which is the hard part.
It is.
But as we continue to grow into the multiple thousands, we're really going to be able to.
It'll be a
lean on
lot
them and
easier
say,
for us. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier.
You got
to punch
50,000
through.
subscribers. I would love to give you an interview, that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. And we, as always, gamble smart.
Gamble safe,
And we'll see you very soon.
real soon.